Welcome to the series Yoga Poses Explained. Today we're going to have a look at the tree pose, but let's take it from the top. So the tree pose is a balance pose that I personally like very, very much, and it can be placed on either time of a practice, either in the beginning or at the end. I prefer to practice it in the end because we're warmed up, we're used to the movements, and then it might be easy to practice this pose. Tree pose is a pose that almost anyone can do, and there are not many counterindications. So let's take a look at the feet first. You should have a stable balance when you start this pose, and then place the other foot either on the ankle. This would be an easier version, or you can take the heel and place it on the thigh. The foot should never be placed on the knee joint for two reasons. First of all, it feels very comfortable, and second, we should not apply pressure to the joint, and this will make us unstable. If you're wearing leggings, it's sometimes easier to place the heel like this because otherwise it might slip. So from here, the hips should be in an even position, so facing forward, so you don't drop somehow to the side, because this will make you unstable. So for some people this is already enough, having the hands down, trying to find the balance. Normally you can have your hands folded in front of your chest in prayer pose, or you might as well raise up the arms all the way to the top, or you can also fold the hands just above your head in prayer pose. So what is the indication to practice this pose? It's one of the few poses that does not train one group of muscles or one muscle in particular. In order to hold this pose, we need quite a lot of muscles. Very first of all, we need the muscles in our feet. So if you practice this pose for a minute or two, you will definitely feel it in the feet, because they will have to adjust very, very gently to every single movement that might be very tiny, but you will feel it in the feet because they have to keep the balance. Then you will also train the muscles in the legs, actually both sides, front and back, the thighs, the calf, and also the muscles in our booty. Then we need the core, because next we're going to talk about the shoulders, so we should not stand here like this. We have the shoulders in a stable position, slightly pulled to the back, so we need our core to stay in balance. And last but not least, of course, we need the muscles of our hands, especially if we have the hands above our head. There is one variation, or actually there are two variations. The first variation would be to place the foot just on the ankle. That's the easy variation of the pose. And then the other variation would be the so-called weeping willow. So this is when you place the hands above your head and you're slightly bending over to one side, stretching your side here. And this is a little bit more challenging in terms of the balance. So this will be weeping willow, that can often be added after practicing the regular tree pose. So what could be the counterindications? If you have students who are not very familiar with balance exercises, I would recommend to just keep the foot on the ankle. Other than that, there are not so many counterindications. You can use a chair if you feel more familiar in the beginning to practice this pose. And I would refrain from lifting the arms above the heart if someone is suffering from vertigo, for example, or high blood pressure. But in general, this is a very easy pose, and actually everybody can practice it. What I like about the pose is that it has a very, very nice effect. It basically lets the energy flow all the way from our stable ground through the leg that is not moving. So we can establish a very, very strong central line of energy flow. It's perfectly okay to keep the hands here and have the energy in the upper body in the end. Or if you would like to intensify that, as I said, you can extend your arms all the way to the top. Especially if you pay attention here, I will show it from the side. If you pay attention here that your shoulders are not in the front like this, that they are very nicely balanced and almost drawing to the back, you will feel this very, very strong energetic flow that is going through the entire body. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about tree pose, please write them down below in the comments, and I would love to see you again in one of my other videos. Enjoy your practice and namaste.